For decades, Elias Vance was a titan. He was the one who proved that video games could be more than just entertainment, they could be art. He spent 5 years on his last game, Echoes of Etheria, and it sold over 20 million copies. But today, a new kind of game was on the market, and it wasn't made by a human. It was made in minutes. The entire gaming industry was holding its breath, and Elias Vance was standing right in the eye of the storm. On this day, at the largest gaming conference in the world, the final boss wasn't a monster or a villain. It was a line of code. It was an AI designed to replace every artist, every coder, and every storyteller in the industry. And Elias Vance was about to take his final stand. Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard from the past. From the men and women who took a decade to craft a single piece of entertainment. We, at Prometheus Labs, believe that the future of gaming is about speed, not sweat. It's about infinite possibilities, not limited human vision. What you're about to see is a playable, full-featured video game, created from a single text prompt. Our AI, Genesis, will render an entire world, complete with characters, music, and an adaptive story, all in under 60 seconds. The crowd murmurs. Elias, watching from his stage, feels a familiar sense of dread. He'd seen the demos, the tech videos. But this was a public challenge, a direct assault on the very art form he had dedicated his life to. Victor types a prompt into a glowing keyboard, a cyberpunk detective story set in a neon-drenched city with a rogue AI. The countdown begins. 60 seconds. The crowd is silent. The screen flashes with code, concept art, and animated sequences. When the timer hits 0, a playable game appears. A character walks through a rainy, futuristic cityscape. The textures are rich, the shadows are perfect, and the music is a flawless, synth-heavy score. Victor plays the game for a few minutes, flawlessly navigating the world and interacting with NPCs. You see? A perfect game. No bugs. No delays. And it's only the beginning. With Genesis, every gamer can be a game creator. The need for human-led design is over. Victor walks off the stage, a triumphant smile on his face. The audience erupts in applause. On Elias's stage, the moderator asks him for his thoughts. Elias steps forward, his expression unreadable. He looks at the screens at the perfect AI-generated game. And he sees it. It's not a glitch, but a pattern. Every window on a building is a perfect, symmetrical rectangle. Every alleyway follows a mathematically precise curve. The rain falls in an unnaturally even rhythm. It's beautiful. It's too beautiful. The crowd falls silent, confused. It's a ghost. Not a ghost in the machine, but the absence of one. A human would have made a mistake. An asymmetrical window, a misplaced trash can, a splash of color that doesn't quite fit. That's what gives a world its soul. That's what makes it feel real. The AI, in its pursuit of perfection, has created a world that is fundamentally flawed by its lack of imperfection. See this lamppost? It's crooked. A machine would have made it straight. But a person, in a moment of thought, would have made it just a little off. That's the soul of the work, Elias. The imperfection is the signature. The flaw is the fingerprint. Don't ever strive for technical perfection. Strive for honest art. Elias learned from that day forward that art was about the human touch. It wasn't about the perfect code or the flawless line. It was about the tiny, unpredictable choices that made a creation feel alive. He knew how to find the ghost in the machine because he understood the ghost humans left behind. Victor, you say your AI can create anything. Let's test that theory. I have a prompt for you. It's simple, but it requires a very human touch. Elias types a new prompt on his tablet. The text appears on the giant screen, a quiet moment of reflection. A character sits on a park bench at twilight, contemplating the end of the world. A single small bird lands on the bench beside them. No dialogue, just mood and feeling. The audience murmurs. This isn't a game to be played, it's a scene to be felt. The AI begins to process the request, but its usual speed is gone. The countdown timer ticks on. 60 seconds, 90 seconds, 120 seconds. Nothing. The screen is a mess of disjointed assets. The AI has no experience creating emotion, only mechanics. The bird that appears is a generic polygon. The character's face is blank. The twilight is a flat gradient. Victor Sterling looks horrified. His perfect machine, a symbol of cold, calculated logic, had been defeated by the simplest of human concepts. A feeling. It could not understand the nuance of a quiet moment or the significance of a shared silence. It could not feel the weight of an existential crisis or the comfort of a small, wild bird. AI is a miracle. It can build a city, create a level, and generate a character. It can be a tool more powerful than any we have ever known. But it cannot be the artist. It cannot create the soul. The future of gaming isn't in replacing human creativity, it's in using AI as a paintbrush. The masterpiece, however, will always be painted by a person with a story to tell, and a unique, beautiful flaw in their hand. The story of the AI that created games in minutes taught the world a lesson it desperately needed to hear. In a world rushing to automate, the most valuable things we have are the things that can't be automated: our emotions, our flaws, and our uniquely human desire to create something from nothing. The ghost in the machine will always be us. If this story made you think about the future of creativity, hit the like button. Share it with someone who needs to be reminded of the value of human art. And subscribe to our channel for more stories that explore the incredible world of technology.